Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to our highly stylized minimalist explainer. Today, we're undertaking, well, a pretty fascinating exercise. We're going to look at a profoundly simple piece of source material. It's literally just a single, unpunctuated six-word query. But we're not just going to read it, right? We're really going to dissect it. We want to examine the pure, distilled motivation behind it. We have just this one single text today, and we're going to break the whole shebang down entirely, looking really closely at what actually drives this specific digital behavior. So moving into our first section here, we're looking at the source inquiry itself as a sort of digital footprint. When we look at this source material, we really have to approach it almost like digital archaeologists examining a footprint left in the sand. Here is the exact source quote. How to delete Cash App account. Notice the absolute lack of capitalization and punctuation there. There's no question mark at the end. This isn't a conversational query at all. It's a direct, transactional command. The user isn't asking for an opinion, they're not looking for a review, they are stating a definitive problem, which is the presence of an account, and they're demanding the mechanism for its removal. And that's based strictly on the intent captured in those precise 6 words. And this brilliantly illustrates our second section, analyzing the request by looking at its linguistic anatomy. This query just brilliantly illustrates the sheer efficiency and, honestly, the bluntness of modern digital communication. Every single word carries weight here, totally stripping away any unnecessary pleasantries. So let's isolate the most critical verb in our source material, delete. Take a moment to just consider the absolute finality of that word. This is the primary action of the text. It represents the core intent to remove, to erase, to completely obliterate a digital presence. The word delete is the absolute driving force here, for sure. It's the definitive mission statement of the entire source text. You see, the user doesn't want to pause or hide or just deactivate. No, they explicitly chose the concept of deletion. So the crucial point is this stark contrast between two very distinct states of being. On one side, you have a Cash App account, which represents active participation, financial infrastructure, and connection. But on the other side, the explicit desire to execute its removal. It's a massive, totally binary shift. The user is actively seeking to transition away from a state of possession and permanently cross over into a state of absolute digital absence. This brings us to Section 3, the final goal, exploring the definitive endpoint of this whole action. Let's move to and see how this builds, because now that we thoroughly understand the demand for deletion, we have to ask, what exactly is receiving that action? Cash App account. These 3 words represent the entirety of the digital asset the source text actually intends to target. The intent isn't just some, vague digital cleanup or a general wiping of a phone's hard drive. No, it's a highly targeted, precise strike against the specific financial application's profile. This is the final goal. It's the definitive endpoint of our 6-word inquiry. But all of this leaves us with a rather profound question. Once this request is made, how to delete Cash App account? Is the digital tie truly severed? Our source material gives us the pure intent, right? That unyielding desire for erasure. But it kind of leaves us to ponder our own digital footprints. When we issue a command to delete, based strictly on the intent of these original 6 words, does that digital echo ever really fade completely? It's a pretty fascinating concept to walk away with. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.